Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Chase Inc. Business Cash Credit Card. So I'll be going over the main features of this card, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of whether or not this credit card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into the main features of this card, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point in time, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. Okay, so diving right into the main features of the Chase Inc. Business Cash Credit Card. First off, we're going to be talking about cash back and how you can earn it with this card. So starting out, you will be earning 10% cash back for the business relationship bonus. So basically how this works is if you have this card plus a Chase business checking account on your first card anniversary, you will be earning a one-time 10% bonus of all eligible cash back that you earned in your first year. That basically means that if you earn $2,500 in cash back, for example, in that case, you will be earning a cash back bonus of $250. Then on top of that, you'll also be earning 5% cash back on Lyft rides. You'll also be earning 5% cash back on the first $25,000 that you spend in combined purchases at office supply stores and on internet, cable, and phone services each account anniversary year. You're also going to be earning 2% cash back on the first $25,000 that you spend in combined purchases at gas stations and restaurants each account anniversary as well. And then finally, on all other transactions, you will be earning 1% cash back. Now with this card, there's also going to be a spend bonus as well. So you have the capability of earning all the way up to $750 in total. This is going to be broken down into two separate parts. So you're going to be receiving $350 when you spend $3,000 on purchases within the first 3 months. And then you have the ability to earn an additional $400 when you spend $6,000 on purchases within the first 6 months from your account opening. Okay, so with all the cash back that you had the capability of earning with this card, you might be wondering how you can redeem your cash back. So you will have a few different ways. Your first way, of course, is going to be just through cash back. So you can receive a statement credit to reduce your statement balance, or you can have your cash back directly deposited to your checking or savings account. You can also redeem it for travel. You can redeem it in the Apple Ultimate Rewards store, or you can redeem them on gift cards as well. Now, with this card, there are also some other benefits as well. So just starting out, you will be receiving auto rental collision damage waiver. So as long as you decline the rental company's collision insurance and charge the entire rental cost to this card, the coverage will be primary when renting for business purposes and provides reimbursement up to the actual cash value of the vehicle for theft and collision damage for most cars in the US as well as internationally. You're also going to be receiving travel and emergency assistance services. You're also going to be receiving roadside dispatch. You're also going to be getting purchase protection as well, which is going to cover your new purchases for 120 days against damage or theft up to $10,000 per claim and $50,000 per account. And then finally, you're also going to be receiving extended warranty protection as well. So basically what this is going to do is extend the time period of the US manufacturer's warranty by 1 additional year on eligible warranties of 3 years or less. So now that we went over the main features of this card at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and dive into the APR and fees, because of course this is also super important as well. So starting out, for the first 12 months, you're going to have a 0% introductory APR on your purchases. This is pretty helpful because maybe you have a lot of larger transactions coming up that might be unexpected and you don't want to pay it down right away, or maybe you don't have the cash right there set aside to pay it off immediately. Well, for the first 12 months, you are going to have a 0% introductory APR, so you will not have to pay interest for the first 12 months. However, you'll definitely want to make sure that your balance is paid off completely in full after the first 12 months are up, because after the 12-month promotional period is up, your APR at that point in time is going to shoot up to anywhere between 18.49 to 24.49%. based on your credit worthiness. Then as far as balance transfers go, with this card, it's really not going to make too much sense to do a balance transfer, at least starting out, because they're not offering a 0% promotional APR like they are with their purchases. Later down the line, they might offer you like a 0% promotional APR or something like that, but at least starting out, it's not going to make too much sense. Starting out, your balance transfer APR, just like your purchases after the first 12 months, is going to be anywhere between 18.49 to 24.49%. Then as far as cash advances go, on this channel, we usually recommend to stay far away from cash advances. This, of course, should not be considered financial advice, just my own personal reasons. Usually with them, you have a very high interest rate, plus you do have to pay a lot of fees as well. But if you do decide to take out a cash advance with this card, just know that your APR on them is going to be a whopping 29.99%, plus a lot of fees as well, which we are going to go ahead and dive into right now. So as far as the fees go, starting out on the cash advances, your fees are either going to be $15 or 5% of the amount of each cash advance, whichever happens to be greater. Then as far as balance transfers go, even though starting out it's probably not going to make too much sense to do one, if perhaps later down the line they do offer you like a 0% promotional APR for, let's say, like 12 to 15 or even 18 months, and at that point in time you decide to take advantage of the offer, it's not going to be completely free. There is going to be a fee associated with that balance transfer. Your fee on each balance transfer is either going to be $5 or 5% of the amount of each balance transfer, whichever happens to be greater. Then there's going to be a couple of other fees as well. So starting out, there's also going to be a foreign transaction fee with this card. So if you happen to travel internationally, this is a card you might want to leave back at home and instead take another Chase card that does not have a foreign transaction fee. With this card, you are going to have a 3% foreign transaction fee, so that's something you'll definitely have to consider. Also, if you happen to pay late or have a return payment, on that, you are going to have a fee of $40. Now, for the first time, maybe even the second time, if you do happen to slip up and pay late, you could always try to call into Chase to see if they will waive that fee as a one-time convenience. It's not guaranteed, but it is something you can always try. And then after that, you might want to set up auto pay, mark your calendar, do whatever you have to do, make sure that you are paying on time. And then finally, as far as the annual fee goes, the good thing about this card is there is no annual fee, which means that you can keep it on a year-to-year basis and you don't have to evaluate whether or not it's worth keeping because you're not paying anything for it, at least on an annual basis. So now that we went over the main features of this card as well as the APR and fees, at this point in time, we're gonna go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the best things about this credit card and the worst things about this credit card. So we're gonna start out with the good things. The first good thing, of course, is that spend bonus of $750. As long as you're able to spend at least $6,000 within the first 6 months of having this card. For some people, that might be quite easy. For some people, it might be a little bit more of a stretch. The second good thing about this card is the fact that you can earn that 10% cashback bonus at the end of your first year. Once again, that means that theoretically speaking, if you earn $1,000 in cash back, that means you're going to earn an additional $100 in terms of the bonus. Then with the cash back, you're going to be earning 5% cash back on the first $25,000 you spend at office supply stores, internet, cable, and phone services, so you can earn a lot of cash back there. Then also you're going to have a 0% introductory APR on your purchases for the first 12 months as well. That's pretty advantageous. And then finally, with this card, there is no annual fee, so that's a pretty good benefit as well. So those are the best things about this credit card. As far as the drawbacks go, I really don't have too many bad things to say about this credit card. First, of course, there is a spending cap on the 5% category and the 2% category. That spending cap is $25,000, which is pretty high. Most people probably aren't going to meet that cap, but I do have to be picky, I guess, and say that. Also, with this card, it does require good to excellent credit. So if you don't have a good to excellent credit score, then more than likely it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to get approved for this card, although Chase definitely factors in other things as well. So those are really the only drawbacks of this card. I'm not going to be too critical of it. It's a pretty good card all in all. So to sum things up here, all in all, this is a card that I would definitely recommend having. Definitely, at least for the first year, having the spend bonus, and then every single year you can pretty much keep it past then without too much thought because there is no annual fee. But that's all we have for today's review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate it if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.